Sazon, a.k.a. El Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great night of boxing it was. Juneteenth, baby. You had Naoya Inoue and barbecuing the ribs. Barbecuing the ribs on another Filipino warrior. Woo! Yo! Oh man, who else we had? Who else? Jaime Munguia with a great performance as well. Before Jaime Munguia, great performance, you had Gabe Rosado Gabe, Boricua, Puerto Rico. Yo, man. And they said it's a young man's game. Nah. It's not a young man's game. It's a smart man's game. It's a veteran's game, because you already know, man. Fighters are learning more about their body. So a 34-year-old was not like back in the days, 34-35 years old, okay? Look at LeBron James. I already see how he looked like he got like 10 more years left. Who else we had? Julio Cesar Chavez. Hey, matter of fact, let's just call him Julio. Yeah. Let's just call him Julio, because the Chavez it doesn't fit him. No. And ever since he wore those stilettos with the blue hair and things of that nature, and maybe it's this time of the month. You already know this is this time of the month. This is Julio Cesar. Let's leave the Chavez. Let's call him Julio Cesar or something like that. Junior. Anyway, of course, we had Juneteenth, the WBC celebrating Juneteenth with a Juneteenth WBC belt. Bravo to Mauricio Sudamon and having his heart and his mind to the ears of the people, and acknowledging a great day in America. You got Jermall Charlo, Houston, Texas versus Juan Montiel. Now, I gotta say this to my fellow boxing content creators and fellow boxing people, and I'm speaking in general. We're getting in the habit of not talking technically about boxing. We're getting in the habit of just being this, being gossip guys, gossip girls and shit like that. Excuse my language. You feel me? Because it's gotten to the point where I understand Jermall Charlo is not going to get appreciated until his opponent is either Triple G, Demetrius Andrade, David Benavidez, who has been calling him out, but he got to get his vaccine shots. Talking about vaccine shots, that's another subject, but you already know. But it doesn't. But look, Jermall Charlo had a great performance. It was a great action-packed fight. I had to check out the playback as I was doing the Inoue live commentary, and I understand that we want to see Jermall Charlo, and he needs to be with Triple G. It needs to be unification bout. David Benavidez, Caleb Plant. Of course, people call out Canelo Alvarez. I think they're not. I think they need Canelo Alvarez. Not yet. No. You have great legacy fights in your respective division as to fight. But like I was saying earlier, we get in the habit of not appreciating the other fighter, not appreciating Juan Montiel. We should have done our due diligence to break his attributes down to a T as well. Give him a chance, because it looks like in the sport of boxing, you see in boxing when they say that you can't look past your opponent. We looking past opponents. We looking way too past. We think too highly of young fighters, and then they get themselves in a situation where they're fighting these veterans, which are not that old. It's not 40-something years old. They getting in the look. Linares got in the ring with Devin Haney, 35 years old. That's not old. It's not old. Maybe there's a wear and tear in there. You got Nonito Donaire, be Ubali. You got Manny Pacquiao gonna be fighting Earl Spence. This is not just a young man's game. No. This is not a young man's game. We gotta stop doing this. This is a smart man's game. This is an experience game, and this is to take care of your body and your mind and your mind. This is live your life as a fighter's game. This is live your life as a fighter's game, because a 23-year-old may not be living the sport of boxing like a Nonito Donaire, if you understand what I'm trying to talk about. So, even though that it was an action-packed fight, and I think that both men should be commended for that action-packed fight, because at the end of the day, even if you have two great fighters, two great or it could be a unification bout. But if the fight is boring, it does nothing for boxing. So, guys, so exciting fights like this, whether we were happy that Jermall Charlo picked Juan Montiel, we gotta look at it that that's the type of fight that brings boxing fans into the sport of boxing. Regardless how you may feel, who was across the ring from him, that's the type of fight that brings boxing fans into the sport, or bring fans into the sport of boxing, and keeps boxing fans in the sport of boxing. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. So, Jermall Charlo might have brought fans to the sport of boxing with that type of performance. It was a war. It was going back and forth. Both fighters got stunned. Both fighters looked like they got hurt. They got bruised up and things of that nature. And both fighters, you know, it was a great entertainment fight. I had to catch the playback. It was a great entertainment fight. I even want to watch it again. You feel what I'm trying to say? I want to watch it again. But was we all thinking highly about Juan Montiel? No, because we just want the Boo and Andrade and Charlo fight. We want the Triple G, and we don't want to see nothing else. We would not appreciate Jermall Charlo if he doesn't fight those fighters. And I understand, because even though we're talking about age, maybe Jermall Charlo still in his prime, but he's in the back end of his prime, right? And it's not only that we're spoiled as boxing fans that we want Jermall Charlo to challenge himself and fight Demetrius Andrade, who's undefeated, great amateur pedigree, and Demetrius Andrade also needs Charlo as well, which is 33 years old, and he needs Charlo probably much as Charlo needs him. I think they need each other 50-50, put it this way. But this fight is not only good, it's not only a good fight. It's not only a good fight for boxing, but it's also great for legacy. It's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation for this bout. Look at Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo going to be fighting Brian Castano, and probably people don't know more Brian Castano than Juan Montiel, but it's a meaningful fight. And maybe we'll get the same type of fight that we saw yesterday from Jermall Charlo in the Brian Castano versus Jermall Charlo. Now, a lot of people feel like Jermall Charlo just going to take it away. I'm going to tell you like this. Jermall Charlo and Brian Castano for the undisputed 154. Oh, yeah, baby. That's going to be a war. That's going to be a war just like yesterday. I'm going to tell you like that. You better get to know. So everybody do your due diligence and get to know Brian Castano. Because if you think he's just going to be walking around, he's going to walk in with a crown and leave with a crown. It's going to be a hard one. I do got Jermall Charlo to beat Brian Castano. But I'm saying like this, it's going to be a war. And Brian Castano, he's going to put that pressure. He's going to put pressure, la presión del tipo de la Argentina. But I still got Jermall Charlo beating Brian Castano. But look, again, Jermall Charlo, I don't think he's going to be appreciated by fans. And Boo Andrade is not going to be appreciated by fans until they fight one another. And I think that's the most marinated fight there is in boxing. Out of all the fights, even the Earl Spence and Boo Boo, even the Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, all these fights, I'm going to tell you like this, the most marinated fight has been since 2014. Jermall Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade. And I think that Eddie Hearns have gotten a pass, is doing a bad job with Demetrius Andrade, and I'm pushing him, but Demetrius Andrade also has to, if Jermall Charlo is fighting, you gotta be out there in the social media platform. You gotta be on your Instagram. You gotta be on Twitter. You gotta be out there. It's prize fighting. This is your money. This is your bag right here, my brother. This is your bag. But anyway,